Cities are where the problem is and also where most of the solutions are appearing. So, if this is the situation and the reality is in our cities, why don't we have enough tools, enough investment, enough financial resources just to face the problems? We need, of course, in a European level, one thing that is really important. We need networking and we need more municipalism. We need support from European funds. We need European funds. We need a regulation and directive that protect the right to housing. We have no protection at the European level with a little bit of coherence on what is happening in our cities. It is not a smart city that expels its citizen. It is not a smart the city that segregates its population. And it is not a smart city that doesn't protect the plural economy.
Je suis profondément convaincu que sur cette question de la régulation des locations touristiques, l'un des enjeux majeurs, c'est ce que les villes sont capables de construire ensemble. Nous tous sommes confrontés globalement au même problème, que nous cherchons tous à élaborer des outils de régulation, mais finalement, nous coopérons assez peu. Si nous sommes capables de nous organiser, je pense que nous serons évidemment plus efficaces et nous obtiendrons davantage d'outils de régulation parce que nous aurons obtenu un rapport de force qui nous sera plus favorable.
Amsterdam is in a very prosperous position to having a very strong social housing sector still. And understanding the problems here in Barcelona in creating a social housing stock, puts Amsterdam in a very special position, and feeling lucky that we have a long history of building and creating and retaining that social housing stock.
We don't sell land anymore. We give land in leasehold, or we retain land for ourselves, and this is a very interesting starting point because if you don't have enough land, you won't be able to pursue any policy. As far as we can, in all the projects that we are involved, 80% of the result will be rental and 20% will be leasehold. 63% of our objectives will be pursued, they will be done through public means. But the other 37% will be done by means of collaboration with different type of entities.
City of Vienna is in the really lucky situation that it owns itself 220,000 units, housing units, and another 200,000 are owned by cooperatives as a subsidized part. That means altogether 45% are owned either by the city or by its allies, and we have got a social mixing all over the city. That means all over Vienna you will find subsidized housing or municipal housing. Generally speaking, there are hardly any offers of affordable housing on the private market. That means altogether we have got an increasing pressure on the affordable housing market.
It's impossible to have up to the 60% of the housing stock, no, in a regulated place. If you don't cooperate with the private sector. Europe have a long tradition of this kind of cooperation.
So we need to develop a network around Europe to provoke that the money that is out there invests in the places where we haven't done these projects yet.
I think Europe can be helpful to influence the national governments not to be counterproductive towards the cities which are in problems. So, and we experience that in many countries, that the national governments don't understand the specific problems in cities which are under pressure.